Isaac,
conversation.
go ahead and tell us your hot or snot list as we transition over to that.
All right. Hot or snot? All right, guys. So I've got just one snot that I'll do first, and then I'll go over my list of hots. But the snot is I started watching the new National Treasure show that dropped on Disney Plus probably a couple weeks ago now. It's called National Treasure: Edge of History. This is garbage. It's an awful show. Gosh, do I even give it a? I didn't really give it a shot because I watched an episode and a half, and that was enough for me. I'll give it a 1 out of 6.
Ooh.
It's bad. It's basically like, so if you guys don't know, the listeners, I'm a huge Nick Cage fan. Love National Treasure 1. Even National Treasure 2 has some fun moments. But the reason those movies work is because of Nicolas Cage. You take Nicolas Cage out, and I was still like, okay, well, it's still a fun like treasure hunting show, maybe. It's just garbage. It's like Disney Channel National Treasure without Nick Cage. It's terrible. So yeah, I was really disappointed. I didn't expect it to be good. That's another note. I thought it was going to be bad, and it very much exceeded my expectations in being bad. So yeah, very bad. 1 out of 6.
Congrats, Disney. You had a layup here.
Congrats, Disney.
You're telling me you couldn't get Nicolas Cage back for a Disney Plus show?
That's all you had to do. The show didn't even have to be written well. As long as you have Nicolas Cage in it, I would have watched it. So
Nicolas Cage will do whatever you want him to do. Just give him like
that's true.
Peanut butter, and he'll show up.
Good question, or good point. Yeah, he definitely was not offered a role in this because he would have showed up if he was. So, right. But yeah, that's my only snot. Very bad. Would
what
not
if he's
recommend.
Wait, Isaac. Sorry to interrupt you here.
Mm-hmm.
What if he's at the end of the season and you haven't given enough chance? What if he's in there somewhere?
I have to trudge through all of the crap that is that show to get to my Nicolas
Cage.
Isaac?
Hey, Isaac, I got you. I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up for me. Yeah, exactly. That way I don't have to put myself through hell.
Here we go.
Oh gosh, yeah. So, but anyways, like I don't know, if you're into like the Disney Channel vibe, I guess maybe you could enjoy it. But like, I was hoping for at least some good like treasure hunting stuff, and even the stuff that she does is does not measure up, unfortunately. So yeah, that's my snot. Couple things on my hot. Well, Max is looking for that. I've been burning.
He's not in season 1. He's not in season 1, but apparently they want to bring it back for season 2.
Gosh,
season 2.
Are they going to make me watch through?
They're going to make you watch season 1.
A season and a half.
Season 1. No, just skip season 1.
Just skip to the parts that Nick Cage is in. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do.
You have a Nick Cage shirt. You should do that.
That's true. I'll bring that and put that for the next podcast. Ripped ambassadors. Check out Ripped Apparel. They're awesome. All right, nice hot list. I've been burning through a ton of 2022 movies, and hot Top Gun Maverick, fantastic movie. I have to give it a 6 out of 6. There's like nothing that I can find bad about that movie, honestly. Like it's so stinking good. And
the whatever football scene they were doing, I find that bad, but that's it. I just
you're nuts. That scene was awesome.
You're
nuts.
I was a little confused and like you thought it was weird.
We're playing offense and defense at the same time.
That's one of the best parts of the movie. What are you talking about?
Of how they play that game.
Max, we get it. You just wanted to see Miles Teller without his shirt on.
Miles Teller, like
Miles Teller's going to be our next Superman.
Awesome.
I'm calling it now.
Just so good.
Miles Teller, next Superman. Calling it now.
Anyways, Top Gun Maverick, fantastic. It's definitely going to be on my top 6 list for 2022. Second movie that I'm going to put on my hot, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Finally got around to watching that. Absolutely fantastic movie. Again, that one is probably also going to be on my list. There's so many good ones that came out, and I'm just now getting around to watch them. So at least they'll be fresh in my mind for when I make my list. So that's nice, I guess. But yeah, it'll be tough to pick between all of these, especially the shows. There's so many good shows. And then my number 3, and this is probably my highest one, is Marvel's Midnight Suns. Picked that up when it released a month and a half ago now. And this game is tailor-made for me and Zane. This is a strategy, turn-based combat with card drawing, and I absolutely love it. It is fantastic. Will say the graphics look like PS3 graphics. So if you're going in for a graphic masterpiece, it's gonna disappoint you.
You telling me
But
Marvel failed at graphics again?
unfortunately, yes. But
Okay.
what they lack in graphics, they make up for in. Marvel's great at making video games that feel like comic books. They don't feel like movies. They don't feel like, like real life. They feel like they're comic books. Marvel's Midnight Suns feels like you are literally reading a comic book
That's a good sell.
with a
I like that.
storyline. So I absolutely love that about it. Absolutely love the combat, the gameplay. That's what I'm just getting drawn to with this game. Going to be finishing it hopefully in the next few weeks here of 2023. So that's my highest hot. Recommend that. Go check it out. Robbie, what are your hot snots?
Oh, we're going to me.
Yeah.
I'll do Snot first. This is I have one Snot because we already hit on all my other Snots, which is all the DC news. And this is a really out of left field Snot, but I finally got around to listen to the Lord of the Rings books on Audible. Mainly because we drove back for Christmas, which is like a 5-hour drive for me, so I got 10 hours into Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
And I got into this chapter, the Tom Bombadil chapter.
Yes.
Okay? So
yes.
we're listening to this, and I'm like, this character is freaking fantastic. If you want to get into the lore of Lord of the Rings, he's essentially a god. Okay? But Peter Jackson filmed scenes with him for Lord of the Rings, but then cut him out because he didn't progress the story, which sure, that's accurate. But snot on you, Peter Jackson. You made a very, very good movie. But
Robbie,
you didn't have Tom Bombadil, and that makes me sad.
I knew there was something I liked about you, and that's it. Nothing else about you I like, but that is the part about you that I like. Tom Bombadil is like one of my favorite parts of the Lord of the Rings book, along with the epilogue of the hobbits going back to the Shire and
I'm
doing
not there
all the
yet.
stuff they
No
do there.
spoilers.
Sorry, I won't spoil anything.
So Isaac, this is my first time listening.
I'm so glad.
reading
I'm so
the
glad
Lord
you're
of the
reading
Rings
those.
books.
Those are my favorite books of all time.
I got a tattoo of Anduril.
So you had to. You had to do it.
You should like know a little bit about what's going on. So Tom
There you go.
Bombadil not being in.
Bombadil's a quintessential piece of that book, and it's a travesty that he wasn't in
It
the
is a
movie.
travesty. It is a
So
travesty.
that's
I mean, like
my snot.
I get it because like the movies without the extended editions are like still 3 hours long.
Yeah.
But that's
still,
the point of the
If you're
extended
watching it
edition.
with,
You could
if
put
you're
it in
not
the extended
watching
edition.
exactly, if you're not
Yeah,
watching the extended
exactly.
edition, what the hell are you doing?
Exactly.
Sure.
All right, my hots now. We'll start from the bottom and work our way up. Gunpla. If you don't know what Gunpla is, this is for the YouTube, but
There you go.
Gunpla is basically just making Gundam model kits. I bought a couple of them really cheap at a store nearby, and I built one, and I was like, why am I not doing this every single night? So Gunpla is now back in my life, and I have another thing to spend my money on. Gunpla, Gundam.
If you didn't have enough things to spend money on, now, yeah, just add that right on top.
Just some, like, back in the day, I used to build Gunpla and Zoids and all that, like, all the time. That's all I would spend my money on when I was younger, and I haven't done it in 16 years. And I made one the other day, and I like took some pictures of it, and I'm like, this is my next thing. This is it. So that's back in my life. Sorry to my beautiful wife Jessica. I made my hot or snot list a couple weeks ago when we were first going to do this episode, and I still think this one's true. The AI manga filter on TikTok is just a bunch of fun. If you haven't done this thing, go to TikTok, go to AI manga filter, and just video random things in your house and just see what they turn into. I turned into a chicken head. It's a great time. Like, you don't have to post anything. Just do the video, see what happens. Like, I think it's a ton of fun. It's in my hot.
Actually, Mark should do that on his old house and see how many ghosts are in his house.
That's terrifying. Let's not. My my last hot is the video game High on Life. This is free on Xbox Game Pass. It is also now out on Xbox, Microsoft, if you just want to buy it. But I would suggest that you just buy it on Game Pass. I cloud stream it, so I don't even have to download it. but it's just so much fun. It's like a 12-hour campaign. If you like Rick and Morty or Family Guy or anything in that realm of like stupid jokes, you will love this this video game. It's an FPS shooter with just a bunch of like random joke cameos and whatnot. Excellent video game to sink 15 hours of your life into just to have a lot of fun. That's my hots.
Nice.
Okay, I'll go next. I'm gonna keep mine Pokemon themed because I want to be different. No, I'm gonna start with my. I'm so different. I'm gonna start with my Snot.
Different.
I am. This is a mix. I'm thrilled that Ash is the world champion in the universe.
Yeah.
So we're doing a watch. My children and I, they're very into Pokemon right now, and so when my wife is gone for work, we will watch the original animated series. And so we're on season 2 right now of that, and it's just really great ride. The show still holds up, and it's really weird how many great morals are in this show as well. They do a great job of balancing morals and like treating people well. I really like that about Pokemon the original for little kids. So Ash winning this world championship, I haven't seen the episodes. I've just heard the news. I think it's great. I think it's an absolute travesty that Pokemon is moving on from that character. I think that character should just permanently be going from world to world. You've done it for 25 years. Why are we stopping now to change characters? So I'm going to Snot that. I think it's a terrible decision by the Pokemon company, but it's not going to matter. They're still going to be pumping out Pokemon, no problem. So, but I'm going to go ahead and hot Pokemon Scarlet. I bought this game last week. I've been playing it this week and have been really impressed with it. I'll actually probably be streaming it starting mid-January again. So I'm excited about that.
Back. I love that.
I played Pokemon Arceus last year, beat that game, and just was absolutely amazed at the gameplay of Arceus and how you could do the open world concept and essentially run by a Pokemon and catch it and then keep going. I thought that was just so finally, where has this been? And Scarlet is finally starting to scratch that itch a little bit. It's not the same style, but it is the open world play. And it's not a perfect game by any stretch. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 6. The graphics and transitions are a little more wonky than things like Arceus.
But I've heard they're terrible. I've heard the graphics are
terrible
like
is strong. That's strong.
Awful?
I would say there are moments where it's like, what's going on here? It's not all the time, if that makes sense, Robbie. It's like certain moments is how I'll say it. Okay. So it is not, it lacks consistency. That's the review I'll give it. So I like the concept. I like the idea that it's similar to kind of how Spider-Man, that game works. How it's like you have 10 million different missions. You can choose the pace at which you want to go at and do what you want to do. And it shows you the map and it says, go do it. And that's different from previous Pokemon games where it's like, this is the map you've got to take. So I appreciate that. I appreciate how they're taking the things from Arceus and applying. I think there's still more to do for the next set of games. Scarlet is not a perfect game by any stretch. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 6 as of now. I'll report back, though, at the end of this, and that my rating may change. But I'm liking it. I started out with the grass cat, which I'm really excited about. I really liked that. I like cats, so that was really exciting. I'm not trying to be braggadocious about that, but that was a layup.
Though. You're taking it
loves grass,
unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't like that I'm starting with a grass type.
What are the other types? There's the grass cat. What else is there?
There's like this little red dinosaur and the fire pig. Yeah, he's a pig, and then a water duck. Quaxley.
You seem like a water duck guy to me.
I'll be honest with you, the water duck was tempting.
Anytime there's a cat involved,
I was gonna say
is drawn to the cat.
Yep. So that's my hot or snot. I have